another shocking and breaking news of transfer window coming your way. Chelsea transfer is happening. This time, Real Madrid own is also included as well. A young talent refusing, had a massive club refused to go. And it looks like Chelsea search for coach coming to an end. A lot of things are happening behind the doors. When the doors are closed, things are happening behind. When we all know that McKenna could have been the potential guy for Chelsea job, things have turned around right now, and it looks like they are looking forward to give it to Enzo Maresca. Also, Chelsea have been looking for the signature of the Nigerian striker, Osimhen, and there's a boost up there for sure, and Chelsea will be able, if things happen, and clearly it's happening right now, a boost for Osimhen to Chelsea is on. And if you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Like and share the video. I have with me Sammy and also Eddie, who are going to dive deep into the transfer rumors. Chelsea with Enzo Maresca. Sammy, we all know that Chelsea had a list of names and his name was included, and he wasn't actually the target person. And things have just turned around. What do you think about that move?
The criteria that the board of directors gave, they said they needed a young coach. They needed someone who works with young talents. They needed someone who plays possessive football. We all knew that his name was not on the top rank, but then information reaching me is that there was a little debate with the board of directors and the owner. So therefore, they had to settle for Enzo. We all know what Enzo have done with Leicester City, trying to carry them from the championship and bringing them back to the EPL. That is a very huge step for a coach of his caliber. But they had to go through a lot of process, especially meeting the Leicester City, talking about their terms and conditions. And information reaching me is almost 10 to 12 million euros they are supposed to pay. So they are still in that contention, trying to pay, see how they can settle them and then get the signature of Enzo. So I think for the Chelsea fans, that is the new update in regards of Enzo becoming the new coach of Chelsea.
Upon all the long list that the board of Chelsea brought up, I think finally they'll be settling on Enzo Maresca, the Italian coach for Leicester. He has done a great job from Leicester, as my brother said, bringing them from championship to the EPL once again. And he's more of a trainer, like that was like, I think 2022-2023 season, he was in a co-trainer for Manchester City. What that could be deal or the agreement between two parties has been reached from Enzo and then the board of Chelsea has been reached. But now one thing, Chelsea will have to pay a compensation fee to Leicester. So that's the only thing we are finally waiting on, when the deal or the compensation fee will be paid. So if the compensation fee is being paid maybe today or tomorrow, I think everything is going to go on well. So that's the only thing we are hopefully waiting for. I think it's a good move for Chelsea. He already bought into the idea of the project of Chelsea.
Yeah, it's actually looking quite good for sure. But then he didn't only work with Pep Guardiola. He has also worked with Carlo Ancelotti before, and one of the top manager as well. He know how to work with young players, and I think that's the main reason why he accepted the job easily. It's like he was already waiting for that kind of opportunity. So let's see what is going to happen. On Chelsea again, Osimhen. Chelsea has been linked for this guy like since last season, and it's all about the price. He has signed a new deal with Napoli and transfer clause in his name or in his contract, and Chelsea need to pay huge sums of money. But looking at the situation currently, it looks like it favors Chelsea, or the boost for Chelsea's sake of that player has been boosted, because we all know Chelsea and Napoli transfer is very, very difficult. But the good news is that Antonio Conte is going to Napoli. And if he goes to Napoli, already been a rumors that Romelu Lukaku is moving to Napoli. And if Antonio Conte is there, his former coach, I think it would be easier for Napoli to get the signature of Romelu Lukaku. And be it that maybe there will be a kind of compensation or a swap deal with some money for Osimhen. Sammy, what do you think about that?
Hmm. When it comes to Osimhen or when it comes to Napoli transfer, I think we are all aware what really goes on. The board of Napoli doesn't easily give out their players. If they say they want to take 100 million euro, definitely you're going to pay 100 million euro. You've seen the likes of the security man at Chelsea who came and you saw how he suffered before you had him. Yeah, so going for someone like Osimhen is a good purchase because Osimhen himself had said that he dreams of coming to the EPL. And Chelsea have been following him for the past 2 seasons now, but then still, we all know how difficult it has been. Now it has been rumored that Conte will be given the Napoli job. Mind you, there are other jobs linked to Conte, so he's yet to decide. But then, if Conte gets the job, one of Conte's darling boy is no other person than Lukaku. Following the strategy of Napoli, however things will go, I still see that they will try to demand 100% of the money of Osimhen. Last year it was 100 million. I think this year is between 120 to 100 million euros. And if there's a swap deal, it's going to be good for Chelsea. But then I see Chelsea actually paying the full term. The only method I see is maybe paying for Osimhen in installments. If only there will be a permission for him to go. But then the player himself has said that it will be a dream come true to come and experience the EPL. The ball is in the court of Chelsea to make the move this summer.
I think it's not an easy deal for Osimhen just to come to Chelsea. Although he has stated that he want to experience the EPL as well. And one thing we should also consider is Chelsea willing to pay the release clause? That's one thing we should know. Although Lukaku went on loan, if Conte, right, he prefers to play Lukaku being his darling boy, and now Osimhen is also there. So it's going to be fighting for spot, and he can't bench Osimhen, although Osimhen is on form, you know. So it's going to be a bit of competition. So it depends on the two parties, that's Chelsea and the player as well. If Chelsea is willing to pay the release clause, I think everything will be good. That's the only thing. If not, then I think there's not going to be any Osimhen coming to Chelsea.
So the interest part of this is that is Chelsea were going to pay that 120, 110 amount if they want Osimhen. But here is the case. Lukaku right now his value is down a little bit, and it's about 35 or 40 million euros that are thereabout. So if in case like Antonio Conte still wants to work with Lukaku, I think is going to be a big deal. You pay that amount they require, and if they are also needing the services of Lukaku, I think they will be able to pay that kind of amount. So it's just boosting the financial fair rule for Chelsea. Now, on Chelsea, we all know that they have two goalkeepers, and we know Petrovic, who has been absolutely wonderful. Sanchez has been in injury throughout the season, but it looks like they are looking forward to add another goalkeeper, the Burnley #1 goalkeeper. It looks like Chelsea is looking forward to pay an amount that I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sure about the amount, but then they are looking forward to add Burnley goalkeeper to their goalkeeping list. Burnley is actually out of the Premier League.
The Premier League. Yeah,
Yes, and now they are in the championship. Will he wants to be on bench for
every player's dream in championship to play in the EPL, you know? And for him, the advantage aspect is he has already experienced the come again?
The name is James Trafford.
Yeah, James Trafford. So the advantage aspect is he has already played a season in the EPL and he knows how everything is. And for him now they are being relegated. So if it's, I think it's an advantage for him, or yeah, for him to probably accept to be the second goalkeeper or the third goalkeeper for Chelsea, rather than to play in the championship. Although he's their first keeper, he will get the time and everything he wants. But I think it's best he comes to Chelsea. It's a good it will be a good move for him.
Sammy?
Yeah, so one of the issues about going to relegation is you will lose your top players. We've seen that even with Burnley, they are even losing their manager. So I think those are not just going to be the people who they are going to lose. They are going to lose a lot of top players. And the goalkeeper, James, for instance, has been very, very good goalkeeper. Though they are going on relegation. Now, one thing about relegation too is the price of the players will also go down because every player wants to stay in the EPL. So that is going to be a good bargain for Chelsea. But then we should realize that Sanchez was also a top number one. Petrovic was the one who was taken from US and came and has shown his quality. So bringing another keeper is going to be three goalkeepers, three top goalkeepers for Chelsea. And having three goalkeepers compete will be a good thing in the goalkeeping side because now everybody knows that every one of these keepers can actually start. Looking at James, James is a young guy. James is a very young guy who has age on his side. So for growth and all those things, he can be able to come in steady and grow in the goalkeeping side. So it's a good thing for him. Now the major thing is if Chelsea can find a way of convincing Burnley to let the goalkeeper go, because we've seen that Burnley will lose a lot of people, and though they are going to play the championship, they also need a lot of money to help them sustain the club. So I think it's a win-win situation for both sides. But then, if James is brought to Chelsea, what's next? What will the next coach? What is the plan for him? That is what I think he'll be thinking. But then, I see it's not going to be a complicated purchase.
Oh, this story is going to burst your mind. Arda Guler, the Real Madrid youngster who has been absolutely incredible since he has been introducing little by little in the La Liga. He has been scoring goals and all that. He had the opportunity to join Sevilla, the great Sevilla, on loan, but he's refusing to go. He wants to stay at Real Madrid. Is this something that he sees that we don't see, or he's just afraid of moving?
Arda Guler is one of the players I really admire, especially coming from a Barca fan. He's someone that Barca had been on the dial to go and pick him up. At the end of the transfer window, we saw Madrid came and swooped him. We've seen how talented this guy is. He's good. He has pure talent, left-footed, good strike. He knows how to control the game. And this season, he has not had it easy because we know that the Madrid team, you can't just penetrate in the Madrid team. It takes time before you do that. And rumors started that he was supposed to go on loan in January to get a lot of playing time because there was a lot of pressure from his home country, Turkey. But then one thing you should know is that Ancelotti also have made a statement that he would like to keep the guy in Real Madrid to develop him. One other side you should know is Arda Güler, when he came to Real Madrid, he was lean, very lean. Now, if you look at his muscles, you see that Madrid is really working on this guy. His talent, he has the talent, it's pure. He knows how to play, but it will take time. And I think he doesn't want to rush and go outside to a different team and spoil his chemistry with the current team. The players seem to like him around. They seem to like him. He's still young. He's 19 years old. So I think, yes, next season we know that Mbappe is coming, as well as Toni Kroos is also leaving. But when we saw what happened this season, there were some games that he was able to feature. And these little games helped him to improve his confidence. And anytime he comes in, this season alone, he has been able to score 6 goals. So he would like to show more to the Madrid fans why he deserves to play in Madrid. So I think he's not. I think he's not going to go. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to stay in Madrid.
All right. So concerning Arda Güler going on loan in Sevilla, I think he, as you already know, he's not going to consider that because Real Madrid and Ancelotti have already assured him that they need him, and he is part of the future. Yeah. So since he has already been given that assurance, I think that has boosted his confidence and his morale of not going on loan or going to experience any other challenges and any other things as well. one thing we should know is, as he's young, Real Madrid has like so many young guys who are all like they are all picking up together, you know. So if he stays, that's going to be an advantage for him to also gel and do everything, like grow with all these great players together. So the loan and everything, I think he's not going to consider that. That's one thing we should know.
And maybe if he go on loan, he might probably not get the opportunity to come back again. Maybe
To come
so.
back, so yeah. You know,
Yeah,
if you want to get a player out, I think the best way is to give the player on loan.
the young player, we always want them to go out and grow, then come back. You know, and if he goes and he doesn't grow well, then it means that he lose the opportunity
It
like
becomes
that.
a problem, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time.
So, in conclusion of my submission, I think this year is going to be a year full of surprises, a year full of purchases, a year full of a lot of transfers. So, if you are new to this channel, continue to subscribe and tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell another friend that we are going to give updates each and every time there is some.
Just stay tuned. Yeah, we have a lot of packages coming your way. Yeah, so just stay tuned, subscribe to ASHILISPORTS, and yeah, be part of this amazing community.
And talking about packages, Champions League is coming on your way on Saturday, and we'll probably be giving you the video maybe by tomorrow. So stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we're gonna see you in the next video. Ciao.